lumbar spine consists of how many?
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Doing it live night, Yachty and Naughty at the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. That's coming up Friday night, February the 13th.
Jeez.
Yes. It is the livest radio thing you'll ever experience in your life. Livest hosts, livest laughter, live sound effects, live voice actors, and, of course, a live band. Daily Mix Show completely live, as the Men's Room are as well. Radio Spectacular. That is Live Night returns on February 13th. Hope to see you there. Tickets on sale now, KISW.com. All right, question, what was the most embarrassing mistake that you've ever made? 206-803-ROCK. We make mistakes in broadcasting all the time.
Oh, yeah.
This happened a couple weeks ago. Hockey fans listening to the Philadelphia Flyers radio call got something the team definitely didn't intend. An explicit joke from its longtime play-by-play guy during what he seemed to think was a commercial break. Tim Sanders, the radio voice of the Flyers on 97.5 The Fanatic, appeared to believe the game had gone to a TV timeout late in the third, and his microphone had been cut off. Well, it was a TV timeout, but the radio crew did not go to break.
Oops.
After several seconds of silence and some filler sounds, he made a lewd joke to a colleague who had bent over to pick up his pencil or pen that he dropped. He said, "While you're down there, why won't you mind just And that was broadcast to all the listeners. Color analysis Todd Federick realized they were live and said, "I think we're still on the air, Tim." But Sanders initially assumed Federick was teasing him and laughed, apparently unaware that the comment had gone out live. The Flyers later announced that a 2-game suspension had been issued by the team and its radio partners, though they did not mention Saunders by name. In a statement, the organization and station apologized to listeners, offering sincere regrets to anyone offended. Look, stuff happens.
It does. I did it once as far as going out over the air, and I've told this before, but I wasn't even... I worked at a radio station, but I was not even on air yet, right? Big Ravens broadcast, but we're the flagship station, so it's not that it just went over our station. It also went to 18 other affiliates.
Same thing with the Flyers guy.
God, right, because this
Same
is...
exact thing.
That's NHL, I'm doing NFL, so if you're the flagship station, then you doled this out to all the other stations that carry it. And it was CBS Radio at the time. And CBS was very much a by-the-book, super corporate kind of structure. Anyway, they put out some memo, and I don't remember what the memo was about, but everyone was irritated about it. So I'm working master control in the studio. There's about 8 of us in there. So we're chatting about this memo, and everyone, of course, is bitching about it, blah, blah, blah. What I didn't realize is that when I leaned on the board, my elbow hit the mic on button. The thing about running master control is if you turn on your microphone, it does not matter what else you're broadcasting. It can be a speech from the president. You punt them off the air, and the only thing people are going to hear is what you're saying. So the only words that came out of my mouth that went to all of the other affiliates were, "that effing memo." And then I see the looks on the faces of the other guys in the studio, and they're like, "Dude, the mic's on." So I turned it off, and I'm like, oh, no. About 2 minutes later, the hotline rings. They're like, "Dude, you know that's Bob. You got to answer it." I said, "I know it's Bob. I'm not going to answer it." They're like, "Man, Bob, by the way, he's the big boss." So I said, "I'm not going to answer that because if I answer it, he's going to fire me." They're like, "Well, yeah, probably." I'm like, "So I'm not going to answer it because here's the thing. I know for a fact he's at the Ravens game. He's sitting in some nice-ass suite talking potential investors or advertising people, right? So he's not going to leave that to discipline an employee because that's a bad look. The only way he found out is because some of the people running our broadcast at the other stations called. I found out a couple of days later he had gotten 16 calls out of the 18 possible affiliates. So I said, and the hotline kept ringing through the rest of our broadcast. I said, "Guys, seriously, I'm not going to answer the phone because all he's going to do is fire me. Maybe cooler heads will prevail by tomorrow." So tomorrow was Monday. I come rolling in, acting like absolutely nothing was amiss. Our other boss, Bill, so Bob and Bill carried about the same amount of weight. Bill liked me a little better. So Bill, as soon as he sees me, "Come into my office." And then the words you never want to hear, "close the door." That means you're about to get in trouble, right? So I already knew what it was about, but I'm not going to say anything. So he goes to the whole explanation and is, "My understanding is that an F-bomb about the effing memo went out to 18 of our affiliates, 19 stations if you include our own." I said, "Man, I heard about that too. My understanding is that it sounded a lot like you." Like, "You're not the first person to say that, man." So there's this pause, because I'm just not going to admit to it. It's one of those, if I admit it, he has to fire me kind of thing. And he kind of got that sense. So in the end, he just said, this is what I will tell you. Whoever it was that did that, if they do it again, I'm still going to fire you. I was like, hey, duly noted, man. I said, I will let them know to be more careful in the future. It's like, I think you should do that. And that was the only time I heard about it.
What was the most embarrassing mistake you've ever made? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Sandra. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
So, my husband and I run a mobile food business. We operate out of a tent. We don't have a food truck yet, but we were doing a fair for the very first time since we started our business, and so excited because we're actually doing corn dogs at the fair. Ooh. And that's like a big deal to get into in order to do. So super excited, and I offer a whole bunch of different varieties. Like I have German hot link, I have German sausage, I have the 100% beef regular hot dog, and I even have a vegetarian dog. Now, problem is once they all go in the batter, they look exactly the same.
All right.
So I have a color code system that I color the sticks with a permanent marker so that I can tell when they come out of the fryer what they are. Well, when blue goes into the oil, it fades and looks kind of green, which was the color of my vegetarian dog. And I had accidentally given a beef corn dog to a vegetarian who handed it to him. They were great, good, walked away, come back a few minutes later, absolutely livid, upset. I had ruined their life and ruined their day and
turned them on to the most delicious thing that's been in their mouth in years.
Right, and it was just an honest mistake, and they just were not letting me remake it or anything, and apologize up and down. But I felt bad because I take great pride in taking care of people who are vegetarian. I even have vegan options.
Yeah, of course.
Things like that. So, it really hurt my pride a lot. Funny thing is I had 4 vegetarian dogs that we kept losing, couldn't figure out where they were going. Well, one of my employees kept handing them out as beef. So 4 people who ordered beef dogs got vegetarian dogs, and the one who wanted the vegetarian dog got a beef.
Now, let me ask you this. Did any one of the beef-wanting corn dog people come back and bitch about getting a vegetarian dog?
Not one.
Okay.
That would be harder to tell because it's a corn dog.
Yeah. It's harder to tell, but my point, just from working in restaurants, I don't know what it is. Vegan, I get that's a little different, a little more extreme. But why is it that if a vegetarian accidentally eats a meat, because vegetarians, listen, we're not trying to intentionally give you meat. It is an honest mistake. But vegetarians absolutely lose their frickin' minds if they get a bite of meat, as opposed to someone who's not a vegetarian gets the vegetarian version of something. You're disappointed, and maybe you ask for a return, but you don't lose your S. It just, in my experience, vegetarians, if they accidentally get a piece of meat, right, lose their ass. I mean, top to bottom. Where if someone just gets who wanted meat, got something vegetarian, it's like, ooh, hey, I meant to order blah.
I think it's more because they don't want an animal to die for them is the whole thing.
Well, I got news. That animal's already dead. I did not kill this for you. I understand your point.
I would say
did not contribute.
Also, a lot of vegetarian. As I say, vegetarians that haven't had meat in a while, it can mess up their system too.
Sure. I know. I'm just saying, no reaction is just like Jesus Christ. Why nobody likes you?
I got to ask you a question there. You said you make you make Polish sausage or German sausage. Do you cook that before you dip it?
Yes.
I would have to say, because I could not imagine that would cook in a corn dog all the way through. So you cook it, you cool it, then you dip it, then you cook it again.
It does cook if you put it in the fryer without pre-cooking. Because they're already cured and everything, so you could eat it straight out of the fridge if you wanted, but you still have that outer casing that is chewy or gummy, and nobody likes that. So I always try it so when you bite into it, you get that nice snap, just like you would expect out of a corn dog.
You make it. I've never heard anyone say my sausage would be better if it were just a little gummier.
No, I have had when we very first started doing it, I did have somebody point that out that it just made kind of an unpleasant bite. So I started experimenting right away and doing that with both our hot link and our German sausage, so that it had that nice sharp bite to it. And everybody just says it's the best corn dog they've ever had.
Where are you going to be next?
I'm Well, we're coming up on our summer season. We're down in Thurston County. I'm hoping to get to do Thurston County Fair again this year. We'll be at JBLM for Freedom Fest. We'll be at Lacey 4th of July and Tumwater 4th of July. So we're around.
Okay. I'll look for you.
Have you changed your color coding system, knowing that the blue will fade to green?
I actually found somebody who has laser etched my sticks, so they actually say beef and vegetarian on the side.
That's a
nice.
idea.
Yeah.
Where do you
Doesn't
find
come
a
off in the
person?
fryer.
Do you do you look around for someone that can laser etch corn dog sticks, or did someone come to you?
No, I had a friend who's like, I have a laser etch. Give me a few corn dogs, I'll try it out, or sticks. And I gave her some, and she did it, and it was like, that is fantastic. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, I got a question for you.
Gotten better. Go for it.
You're in the corn dog. Like, is there any issues with regular hot dog stand people? Do you guys all get along?
Like, do they get mad if you show up?
Right, because like yours is all encompassing.
So in the corn dog world, a lot of vendors won't have two people who do corn dogs, even though ours are very different than most standard corn dogs, because we do the panko breadcrumb, we do the hot Cheeto dipped or things like that, and I have like spicy batter and all sorts of different stuff. But if an event has a regular corn dog person, they will say, "Sorry, we already have somebody who does corn dogs."
What's the name of your corn dog stand?
Completely different.
What's the name of your corn dog joint?
We are chaotic. We're Chaotic Eats. You'll find us on Facebook.
Yeah, we're looking you up now, man. Sorry, once you said the Cheeto dust and all that, like, all right.
Oh yeah, check it out online. They are amazing. They are seriously. I get more compliments. We make sure our meat is quality. Our dogs are cooked well. An accident where you got a vegetarian, but
oh, they're always going to complain. But how did you get into the corn dog game? Like, when did you know, like, hey, man, I am very versatile with my corn dog crust?
Honestly, I wasn't starting with corn dogs. We started with Hawaiian shave ice. And we still do that because we take great pride, and we like studied Hawaii and how they make their ice and the different things that go into it and all that stuff. So we did that. And while we were doing that, Thurston County, the Chamber of Commerce had come to us and was like, "Hey, we're talking about doing an event where it's circus themed, and I know you guys do cotton candy and popcorn and shave ice, but could you guys do like corn dogs or something?" And I went, "Well, let me make a few phone calls." I called the health department to find out if it fit within our food handlers, and they said, "Yep, you're good to go." And
so wait, I can do cotton candy, popcorn, and corn dogs.
What the hell is a corn dog with what's the corn dogs with the cheese? What's that all about?
Yeah, we're looking at videos.
Oh, yeah. So the corn dog goes, well, because I do the Korean style, so you could get either the cheese and meat, or you can just get cheese on a stick that's dipped and battered like a corn dog. Yeah, we have quite a bit. We've got pepper jack cheese, Monterey jack cheese, Colby jack cheese, mozzarella, and yeah. So, and we'll mix it with like the beef corn dog and the mozzarella. We did the garlic fest down in Chehalis, and we had a garlic batter that we did for that. That ended up being so amazing that it is now part of our permanent menu.
All right.
Okay. Good for you guys.
Yeah.
And you have churros and cotton candy.
Churros, cotton candy, and I've broken into hamburgers now. I don't know why, but that came around, and now those are blowing up.
By the way, people on YouTube keep asking, what's the name again? It is Chaotic Eats. Chaotic Eats.
Chaotic Eats.
Yeah, so what do you guys do like this time of the year, man? It's just after the holidays. It's a crappy time of year. People are broke. It's gray outside. It's early January. I mean, is this, I don't know, like summer communities where you're making no money now and you make all your money during the summertime?
So my husband works for a school district. He's disabled vet, so he works part-time for a school district as a bus aide with disabled children. I used to be a school bus driver. I've only just, with the way our business has been growing, finally stepped out of that avenue so that I can handle kind of learning more about the ins and outs of the business end of things as far as all the accounting stuff and all that stuff. So I'm taking some classes at the college to learn a few things, and
Damn.
so that once we get our trailer built, then we will be off and running on a full-time basis.
All right. Well, if you're ever up in Seattle, stop on by and bring us some.
Yeah, let us know.
We got an air fryer in here, so we can heat them back
Got
up.
it.
You
If
know?
we do Red Fest again and we're outdoors, man, that's we'll be reaching out to you for sure.
What was the most embarrassing mistake you've ever made? 206-803-ROCK.
Just a quick side note, man. Those corn dogs look legit.
Yeah.
I've only ever had a corn dog that's a corn dog, not Cheeto does, not garlic style. You know what I'm saying? She's saying
Right.
it, and I'm like, how has no one done this before?
I've seen those Korean style ones before with all the cheese. I've just never had them.
Yeah, man. Actually, it just made me hungry.
You ever seen the foot long one?
Corn dog?
Yeah.
No.
It was over in West Seattle, and they were having like a street fair.
Okay.
This guy was walking around with a foot-long corn dog.
Did it bug you?
What bugged me is the fact that he had his container, and there was like a very circle of mustard, a circle of mayonnaise, but he was holding it. He was just holding that corn dog straight out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the girl I was with, I go, hey, you don't need to be walking around pointing that thing at people.
Said the old man. Hey, I'll point that foot-long corn
You're
dog at
exciting
people.
me.
Yeah, hold it up to your mouth. Take a bite out of it. You can't just walk around pointing a foot long at people. It's against the rules.
I mean, you're saying it, I pictured it in my head like that would probably bug me too.
What about
You're
a chocolate-
instigating something.
What about a chocolate-covered banana?
Yeah.
I look, I don't know. I've seen my cousin eat one, and it was not a good look.
No, it's
in
not.
Disney World, that chocolate covered banana. But that bastard walking around with a foot long, it's just like, I don't know, man. There's got to be a better way to hold that thing. Look, he was using it like a weapon, Miles.
Okay.
Hello, Brock. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
How you doing, you guys?
Feel good,
Excellent,
man.
So, my story, we're in high school. I was 16, had a Toyota pickup, lifted, cool truck, and we decided to skip school one day and go to a buddy's house that had a bunch of trails and a big mud pit, no one could make, and tests of the trucks. And we had a case of beer in the back, and we're cruising out, skip school, cruising out, and me and my buddy were distracted like all teenagers are, and looking over at something, and an elderly man in a Dodge Dakota was stopping to make a left there, and we ended up rear-ending him, and did some pretty good damage, hurting him, and he got out. He was pissed. The cops came, and then my mom showed up. I was 16. We were trying to hide the beer in the back, and yeah, it was a bad day.
Did you manage to hide the beer, or did your mom catch wind of that too?
We were trying to hide it in the toolbox in the back. We managed to actually hide we had a 24-pack Budweiser. We hid it in the toolbox before the cops found it, but
Good move.
yeah, no, it was a bad day. But
I remember-
high insurance from there on out, and yeah.
The first time I even tried to skip, and I skipped school a lot, but the first day that I decided, you know what, I'm skipping school. I don't want to be here. I'm walking down. So everyone's in class at this point. I'm staking out the bathroom. I know everyone's in class. I walk down the hall. I just want to get to the front door of the school. Freedom, right? Random teacher. I've never seen it before. He stops me. Do you have a hall pass? I'm like, oh, I don't, but my teacher let me go to the bathroom. That's why I figured it would be cool. So who's the teacher? Now, I don't want to say a teacher I actually had, because if you were to ask that teacher, they know me. But I knew there was a Spanish teacher. I'd never had this guy. His name was Mr. Iriarte. And apparently all the kids loved him. So they're like, dude, if you get Spanish, get him. I did take Spanish. I didn't get him. Anyway, I said, I'm a Mr. Iriarte Spanish class. And I said this with such confidence. I'm like, I'm good. And he looked at me and he said, I'm Mr. Iriarte. Like, dude.
Zap!
I was like, there's 50 teachers in this school. Of course, I never knew what he looked like. That's when I met him. He actually shook my hand. And you are? Gave him my name. It's like, I'll be escorting you to the principal, Mr. Hill. I'm like, damn it, man.
What was the most embarrassing mistake you've ever made? 206-803-ROCK.
Vertebrae. 5, 7, 9, or 11.
I would say 7.